Let me get into terror financing, and then I'll come to the OSW you talked about.
Yeah.
For you, successive administrations have paid lip service to unmasking prominent Nigerians allegedly financing terror and oil theft. Why do you hold this view? Allegedly so, and do you know, I mean, one would ask whether you know them. If true, what do you think is responsible for the past administration's attitude, regarding this so-called financiers of terror?
Okay, thank you very much again for this brilliant question. Now,
had Nigerians that are even working towards kill him there, let him there, let him die there. With what is happening in Sokoto now, they say move into Zamfara. Let anything happen to Nnamdi Kanu.
Chief Dan Wanyo, thank you so much indeed for your time. A lawyer and the national chairman of the Nigerian Labour Party. Thanks so much indeed.
Some lists or names has been published, the name of terror financiers allegedly in Nigeria. When you are looking for, when you need to go to the root of, when you are in problem, you look for solutions, you need to go back to the root, see the root cause of the problem, because you need to start from somewhere, or else you're not going to get to the root of it. You're not going to get answers to those questions. You're not going to get solutions to the problem before you. Now, some names has been released, allegedly sponsors of these people, allegedly. Number one, so I want you to take your time, listen to this video. This video, if we are ready as a country, this video was one of the evidence that you should have used in whatever you want to do to get information, to get those people out, get them arrested, put them behind the bar. Then we know we are working. You understand? No, watch this video. This is not today. This message has been passed before this issue of Christian genocide, before this insecurity crisis now. Do you understand? Take your time, watch the video. We'll come back and talk about it. This man says something. He revealed something before this issue and the list of these terror sponsors now that have just been released. Not all, few important ones, but I'll call their names for you if you have not heard. But watch this video. We'll come back and talk about it. But don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'll be your guy. Run for me now.
Let me, relate to my experience, right, as the commander of the Operation Service Wide, which was an intelligence-driven outfit. Now, like I said, we picked the main leaders and other facilitators, financiers, sponsors, and this, and then we commenced investigation.
By picked, you mean you arrested?
Arrested, captured, arrest. Now we picked them. That is, it was a collaborative effort, those elements that I mentioned. And investigation was ongoing, and the investigation team was made up of representatives from the Department of State Services, from the Defense Intelligence Agency, from the military police, that's the army aspect of it, from the NFIU, the investigation, and it revealed so much. And like I earlier said, right, certain intelligence was shared. We were collaborating with about 33 countries in Europe, Western Europe, Asia, and other reasons were collaborating with us on this. Now, in the course of the investigation, I mean, we stumbled upon names of individuals, prominent individuals, and some of them are still prominent, and including the owner of an airline who was ferrying weapons allegedly for Boko Haram and other reasons. So, those information, we took our concern. Made our concern known, the investigation in terms of interim to the powers that be at the time. And some of those people were linked to even cabinet ministers. Some of the people were even arrested. Some of the people who were investigating were linked to them. We are linked to senior military retired now of generals and the rest, linked to many prominent distinct. And in the course of our investigation, I mean, we now, let me just add also, we had 3 representatives from the Attorney Generals of the Federation Office, that's Minister of Justice, that were with us to guide us while we were making the case. So that because ultimately the Office of the Attorney General was to prosecute
those you arrest.
Right. Now, but as the thing progressed, I mean, we started noticing some kind of how should I put it? We noticed some kind of hesitation. I mean, things started coming up like, okay, some of these people, I mean, it would be difficult to pin terrorism financing on them, perhaps money laundering. I mean, look, then you started getting some calls that some people, prominent that should release. So person is not this and that's something. As a commander, I made my concern known to the president, late President Muhammad Buhari. I made it when I said so reason, and I recall on one occasion, he stood up, very angry. He said, General, I appointed you as the commander of Operation Service Wide. You report to me and to me alone. That was his exact words to me. General Muhammad Buhari, a great man. I mean, of course, he had his shortcomings. I was very angry when the whole thing happened, and I mean, he didn't even raise a finger to this thing. But I later came to realize, that perhaps he was misled.
You say Tahiru devised a strategy, the late Chief of Army Staff,
yes,
to end terrorism in the north. Fill us in on this strategy. Is it being implemented now?
I don't know whether that strategy is implemented. Before delving into that, let me just say that the military and other security agencies are doing fantastic work. They're doing their best. They have challenges. Perhaps I'll come to that later. I mean, they listen, but they are doing their best. And they have a lot of challenges. Now, the strategy is nothing fantastic to say. I mean, it was just sincerity. Now, we had the OSW, which was on, right? It was set up in 2020.
You actually headed the OSW,
yes,
and the mandate was to dismantle the terrorism financing network in order to fight against terrorism and insurgency. Will it be correct to say that you could not achieve that mandate?
No, we achieved.
Or that you failed?
No, we achieved. Because we achieved to an extent. Because we arrested the leadership of the Boko Haram, just like I said, the leader. I don't want to mention his name because I'm not too sure, but I understand. I heard from the grapevine that he was released along with the 5 key guys. And that leader of Boko Haram, just like I said, the United Arab Emirates shared that intelligence with us. I know, with all this. And he was the one who even recruited the 6 individuals that were jailed, 2 for life, 1 for 30 years, 1 for 20 years, another 1 for 10 years, another 1 for 5 years, the 6 of them. He was the recruiter of this thing. And yet, right, that man I learned, he and the 5 other guys who had this thing were released. I don't know for what reason. I don't know what reason. They were never prosecuted, not to the best of my knowledge. I don't know whether they were released, but they were never prosecuted. So, you see, those are kind of the fear. If I may use that term, the word, the fear that one has over what has happened right now in terms of the arrest of those leadership. We hope that the thing we see will come to fruition. Yes.
You had written to the president concerning your arrest, detention, and compulsory retirement over what an investigation task force you headed unearthed. Tell us more about that.
Yeah. Like I was arrested on the 18th of October 2021 and detained for 64 days under terrible condition, stripped of all my dignity. I mean, stripped. You know, a general being my head here removed by a soldier, my boots, I was left barefooted, and in a cell. I mean, it was a terrible situation. And then on 21st of December 2021, they came to release me and they handed over my later compulsory retirement. And I made effort to get across to the late former president. And let me just add, as bitter as I am, as pained as I am over what Buhari did to me, as I said, I realized that he was naive, he was misled, and for that I forgive him. You know, and I urge anybody who has this thing, if it's on account of me, to forgive him for this thing. But anyway, coming back to that, on the I made strenuous effort to have that injustice corrected. It wasn't. Now on June 7th, 2023. That was exactly 10 days before my late mother passed away. She died on the 17th of June. Along the Kaduna-Abuja highway, I and my driver survived an assassination attempt. We were pursued by 2 vehicles, and at a point I had to call the commander of the troops along that highway, whom was appointed at the time. I was the general officer commanding 1 division, and they came, and that was what we were able to get away. You know, that was the 4th attempt. And on that, when that thing happened, of course you can imagine my state of mind. I mean, 2 years after I was thrown out of the army, nothing done. So I now wrote to the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I wrote, and I passed the letter, you know, through a reliable listen to get across to him, because I didn't want to send it through the open media. I never wanted this thing to be in the media. So that was, it was signed on the 21st of June 2023. Nothing was done. 6 months later, if you recall, January 2024 last year, that's when the news first broke this day, and then you invited me to arise, and I came and listened. Then
I'm afraid my time is up. We didn't have time to talk about the Presidency Institute, yes, BOI, which again you heard it was convened here, like you, yes, said, by the NSA, uncovering 295 oil tankers that, yes, convert petrol with major oil smugglers.
Into the meat of the matter, which is the fact that our nation is confronted by these insecurity problems. And there are different decisions that have been taken by the president. There are those who argue for or against as to how he has approached it. And you started your commentary tonight by applauding him for that decision. And there are other inactions of government that those who say, for example, appointment of ambassadors would have, in one hand, avoided the nation that kind of embarrassment coming from another leader of a nation, where Donald Trump was literally almost threatening our nation with military intervention. And there are diplomatic talks between Nigeria and the United States. But in all, a leader needs to rise up, whether the president had made mistakes or not. Did you see President Tinubu rising to the occasion, whether it was by prompting and the Trump prompting or not?
I think President Tinubu has just risen to the occasion. Before, Nigerians became afraid. Let me tell you something. You see, I have said it here many times, that Nigeria's military, this is, will I call it a camel case for them.
But the issue that is a very simple
thing. It's a very simple thing
for banditry and terrorism.
It's a simple thing for the Nigerian military to deal with.
So why has it been looking difficult?
There is no political way to direct. The instructions are not there. That's my intel.
Former military men who have been president.
Listen. We have seen stories. We have gotten feelers that there will even be a point they go to the terrorists. Then we call back. When President Jonathan said that I have Boko Haram in my government, they have infiltrated my government, President Buhari came and got men into the army.
How do you mean?
No, there were some that were repentant. Some of them.
But I've heard those. The CBS at the time said it's almost impossible for you to have.
No, I'm talking what was written then that was not denied. I don't know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, there is no way that a repentant terrorist or Boko Haram member would have been admitted into the military.
So, if something was written when President Buhari was here, it was not denied. You can't deny it now. Nigerians saw it. And how would you succeed when the army is not working in unison? The Nigerian army has done more serious encounters and wars outside Nigeria. I was privileged to have met many of them, and they got through the same training as far back as 1992. I saw their listing. So it's not a matter of Nigerian army. At times, most of them are disillusioned. Give them the appropriate orders. Give them the appropriate tools. Nigerian army, Air Force, all of them, they will clear this mess in less than 3 months. Okay, what do you think is happening now? What do you think is happening now? There are things we cannot say in public. What is happening now is that President Tinubu has seen that if we are not careful, this thing will consume all of us. You talked about Trump being on our neck.
According to
Senate President, that Trump is on our neck. I thought he was on our leg. It was only 2 days ago I heard from my in-law that Trump is on our neck. If Trump has to be on our neck permanently for this nonsense to go, please, Trump, hold our neck. We have made ourselves a caricature of the situation. How can we not deal with this matter? And it's increasing by the day. These people are bragging all over the place that there's nothing that we can do. We are in Benin, there's nothing you can do. We are in Ondo, we are here, we are there, there's nothing government can do. It is not true. This army, Nigerian army, can clear this mess.
You applauded the appointment of former CDS Christopher Musa, but there are those who understand the internal workings of our defense architecture, and they say, look, a defense minister does not have operational powers to be able to direct the affairs of state when it comes to how the military operates. Yes, you need to have someone who has the stronger the political will. And those who say, yes, you have a good man in Christopher Musa, but it goes beyond that. His powers are limited operation-wise.
But that position is not a ceremonial position.
But it's a political position.
Yeah, but he has a lot to do as Minister of Defense.
But the service chiefs and the commanders on the field, they have more roles to play.
They are going to work.
The minister will not give orders. He doesn't have the power to direct orders, does he?
They work in synergy.
Political leadership.
They work in synergy. We are talking about fighting a common enemy. You cannot brush aside the position, the memo, and the brief of the defense minister to the president, unless we have different agenda. If the purpose and the intent is for us to confront this common enemy, it should not create any problem. Yeah, we have the service chiefs. We have the chief of defense staff. We have the minister of defense. They will attend security meetings. They will decide on what to do. We don't want a situation where what happened during the President Jonathan's era, when they wanted to gas Sambisa Forest, and they agreed on what to do. The next 2 days, American drones checked. These guys are wearing masks. Who told them? It's like the question Senate President asked yesterday or 2 days ago. Who gave the order for the soldiers to be withdrawn near the secondary school where these kids were kidnapped? 30 minutes later, the bandits came. These are questions that require answers. We cannot keep quiet without explaining to Nigerians what happened. We're talking of lives of young children. So these are some of the things that are happening in this
society. Look at this from this dimension. So, and it's interesting. And perhaps some of the inferences that you are making, like Trump being on our neck for us to be able to act right, and it got the southern leaders coming together when they saw the threat now coming southwards. The governors of the south and the monarchs in the south, they gathered in Ogun State, in Peru. And their decision is that they are going to stand and protect their communities. This is what we have always been asking, that leaders in the local community need to rise up. Now, guess what happened? Few days later, their counterparts in the north also gathered. But their own decisions were slightly different from what their southern counterparts said. They said that the president needs to review the mining activities and their licensings. They said that the president should suspend mining activities in and around. There is a correlation between economic activities, which has now turned criminality in some ways, and how it shielded some of these banditry activities. These are positions being made by all of these different elements. Now, we're seeing that leaders in different regions of the country are talking. But the fear is that we've seen how this thing is ravaging the northwest, the northeast, gone to the north central, and if you look at it, the way it's gone into part of Kwara, part of Kogi, part of Niger, and it's descending southwards, that is a bigger fear. That this thing is consuming our nation gradually, and the way it's moving, it's in a dangerous path.
I agree with you, Shehu. I don't know why I keep referring to President Buhari's regime, because that was when Nigeria dropped abysmally to the bottom rank. President Buhari came and disarmed every Nigerian, including those with licenses to carry den guns, all these small guns. He made sure that nobody had weapons. So soon thereafter, Boko Haram took over everywhere and started attacking everybody. What you are saying is a reality. But Nigerians should listen to what General T.Y. Danjuma said 2 years ago. That based on the circumstances of that time, which is changing now, if you wait for you to be defended and protected, you will all die. Go and protect yourself. That gets us to the issue of state police. So, all these forest guards, local vigilante and all that, you can't just penetrate, they will see you. But why is it difficult for us to take such decisions that will stop the movement of the terrorists from northeast, northwest, and they're coming down south? I read something just hours ago in Benin. So we must have to take decisions quickly. Let every Nigerian, let every group at least protect the environment. Protecting the environment is not that you will start killing people, but you should be able to identify strangers in the area. I read they were saying that these forest guards will be operated and controlled from Abuja. No, it can't be controlled from Abuja, because you don't know the forest in my place. Let the locals be the forest guards. Let them be the vigilantes of every particular area.
But there's no law backing it. So that's why we're talking about the amendment to the Constitution,
exactly,
to empower the state to be able to take some level of control.
The National Assembly is there. You see, maybe this thing that is happening now is getting everybody. Even in Abuja, I learned there was some suspicion a few days ago in Abuja. Maybe when it gets here, the National Assembly will sit quickly and do the necessary. They can do these amendments in a few weeks or 1 week.
I don't know if you have been to Enugu State, and it was at an official assignment that I went for in Enugu State, and we were given a tour of the government house, specifically the command and control.
Yes.
Now, the last time I saw anything like that was in Lagos. Lagos State has a command and control center, but what I saw in Enugu is even way bigger.
It's an update.
It's an upgrade. Which I don't know whether we have something of that magnitude in Abuja or on a national scale. Guess what happens? There is even AI functionality, to the point that it can identify your face by facial recognition. It can tell you how many times you have gone. It can pick vehicle numbers. Guess what? The governor, as I read and I saw on the news, the governor procured drones that can even go as far as Lebanon State a few days ago. Now, these are actions that are being taken by, and I'm imagining that some of these things has to be replicated. Copy and paste is not a difficult thing for other governors to.
When you see good thing, you can copy and paste. In the First Republic, when University of Ibadan was built, I think you said, okay, Nsoka, Ahmadu Bello, then we started growing. There's nothing wrong with good things, copying good things. I've spoken about Governor Mba before in this channel and other channels when that thing started newly. You see, you cannot do anything in Enugu State today, including some distance beyond Enugu State, that they cannot pick. They are watching. People are paid to watch. So, did Mba drop from heaven? One car producer said, good thinking, good products. Use your head. If Mba could do this with the small resources in Enugu State, what can we not do in Nigeria? Look at the street light, not street light, the CCTV in Abuja.
All gone.
That millions of dollars was spent. Nobody's talking about it. Many years ago.
There was a probe in an investigation by the House of Reps. I don't know what has become of that probe.
Look, it's gone. It's gone. Nobody's talking about it. But we have spent hundreds of millions of dollars, taxpayers' money. And yet, we are insecure. So, Mba should be a template for the federal government and indeed other states, particularly Northeast, Northwest. They can do it. They can do it in Senegal and put it at the center in Kaduna. It can go as far as the end of the other two states. So, when a governor has done something good, we encourage it. Bravo, Governor Mba. And we expect that other state governments and federal government can do something better than that.
All right. That was particularly, a lot of people have huge respect for our nation. I was hearing the former Prime Minister, Boris Johnson of the United Kingdom, speaking about Nigeria and a lot of the things that we don't even have our minds too, about the possibility, the potential of our nation. We're speaking at the Imo State Economic Council. And if you see the caliber of people that went into that summit, you will imagine that the belief in Nigeria by those who are not Nigerian is so great. Why are we not believing in ourselves as much? But we'll get into deeper conversation as to internal politics of political party. The Nnamdi Kanu matter.
I think I want to talk about this summit you're talking about.
Okay.
Just 2 minutes. You see, first of all, let me congratulate Governor Hope Uzodinma and his executive. I don't know from where he got all these people. That shows capacity. I watched it. I got the invitation, but we were busy with our PAC elections, and I'm the chairman of the electoral committee. I have been doing screening up to this evening for those who want to be elected into a PAC executive. But what Governor Hope Uzodinma's government did yesterday is awesome. Look at the caliber. You talked about the caliber of people that came. But all we can pray is let it get investments. At least Dangote.
I heard what Dangote said.
Dangote, a patriot.
He said they should apply. They should make a proposal to him.
Dangote patriot is looking that way because hitherto, I'm not sure that Eddie Dangote's investment in the entire.
All the bank MDs, well, literally all the bank MDs were there.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That the governor, as a man of capacity, mobilize everybody, far and near, Africa, world. I listen to Boris. I listen to Ban Ki-moon. I listen to all of them. So it's only a governor that thinks, that has good head on his shoulder, that can think of something.
Let's take a break, Chief Umuayo. When we return after this break for time tonight,
thank you.
I'll take you to that to issues revolving on political party activities in Nigeria, and that those who are afraid that gradually opposition voices, opposition politics is getting drowned by the influence of the ruling party.
Well, you see, in politics, the plot of every political party is to win elections. I won't add by hook or by any means. But as to whether we are turning into one-party state, it is left for individual political parties, their governors, their senators, their House of Rep, to elect whether they're going to jump into one political party or not. Nobody was forced, you can say coerced, into that arrangement. But there are still political parties, no matter how you read them, that are still in opposition.
Does that include your own party?
Yeah, we are still in opposition.
Are you actively in opposition?
Of course I'm in opposition. Constructive opposition. I don't throw my garments into the fire because everybody is throwing his own into the fire. If you watch our trajectory, we are consistent. I've just talked about President Tinubu now, that he had just woken up. Well, that is the reality. You don't expect a responsible opposition to just be throwing tantrums because everybody is doing so. We are opposition because we are still in opposition.
Because there are those who believe that some of you in opposition have been bought over by the ruling party.
Well,
that's why there's a quiet, and
I don't know about
there's a laid-back tendencies and the kind of attitude of opposition, and there are those who believe that governance is the way it is because opposition is really not doing its role. No. See what is happening in the PDP, for example. There's a court order here, there's another counter-court order, there is a defection here. They've literally turned that party into as worthless as a piece of tissue paper.
I don't know about being bought over, but let me tell you emphatically that in IPAC, in Interparty Advisory Council, I can say for sure that nobody has been bought over.
You can say for yourself.
No,
anyone here who can say that you have not been.
No. I have not been bought over.
But you can
never be bought over.
You cannot.
I can also.
Can you say for your colleagues who are in other?
Yes, there are some colleagues I can vouch for.
But why don't they talk? Why are they quiet?
No.
Why are they silent? In the face of the kind of challenges our nation is facing.
They are talking. Maybe some of them don't have the privilege of you inviting me to come here. They are talking through media, through social media, through press releases. So the argument is not being bought over. We have a history. Some of us, because you confronted me with the question, some of us years ago had millions of dollars placed before us I, Danwanya, will turn it down.
By the ruling party?
No, don't ask me who. Don't ask me who. And the person knows. So let me tell you, it's not about money.
You also receive money in the third time agenda?
Third time, no. That party was not involved in those things. We're against it.
So who gave you?
What I'm saying, what allowed me to finish what I'm saying?
Okay, go ahead.
What I'm saying is, you see, some of us, what give us joy is by doing things against a bad establishment. That is our joy, not the money. You cannot buy us. There are some of us you cannot buy.
Well, is this the kind of
all you have to do,
Nigerians deserve?
All you have to do is to convince us intellectually. Then maybe when they agree with you, you say they have a pot over. I don't know the robots. Well, the problem and the collapse of opposition started in 2023.
Really?
Yes. It started in 2023 when the leader of the opposition did not go by its rules. That's why you have mentioned about the campaign, people moving, jumping from one to the other. You can see one single error, one single mistake caused by arrogance and pride may ruin a whole political system.
Who are you referring to now?
I'm referring to the leader of the opposition then. It wasn't a PDP. We are going with them. The issue of a presidential candidate, the issue of where you should go and all that.
So you think,
and all the people that caused the problem, they have led PDP.
You think Atiku Abubakar choice was an error?
Wait a minute. All the people that caused the problem, they have led PDP to lick their wounds, and they've all left. They've all left. PDP, even the presidential candidate of PDP, I have told you here before, President Jonathan was even sabotaged by the leadership of the PDP. Apart from other factors. I've told you. Even the national chairman of PDP that time did not support Jonathan. I have said it. And he said it before my very eyes. You have forgotten the issue I told you when we were up there with President Jonathan on Air Force One. Mwanzu, myself, President Jonathan, Rubebe. He was telling us why Nigerians will not vote for President Jonathan. I said, excuse me, are you not the party chairman? He said, chairman, wait, you are not one of us. I said, but I'm a friend of the president. That's why I'm in his cubicle. He continued. 26,000 feet above sea level in Air Force One. Go back, all Rubebe. He gave the first reason, gave the second reason. By that time, the president had gone to the bedroom to rest. And the flight started descending. He stopped. I told the Rubebe, get the two other reasons. He got it. And I called the president the next morning. Did the Rubebe speak to you? He said, yes. You will follow us. And that was during our his last campaign when he addressed the young entrepreneurs in Lagos. But the same ones who stood there to argue why they should vote for Mr. President. They just told me less than an hour ago that they will not vote for president.
So internal sabotage.
I have said it publicly.
Do you think Jonathan should throw his hat in the ring again?
I don't know. I've not spoken with President Jonathan. I intend to see him very soon, but I think he should tarry a while. I am with Madam Precious. Yes, because the same people that are calling him were the same people that betrayed an honest man, betrayed a good man, a man who had good policies for Nigeria. They betrayed him. So he wants them to they want to use him now to clean their mess. The thing has not gotten to a point. When it gets to a point, they will realize what they have done. All right. On the issue of political parties, okay? You want to say something?
No, go ahead, quick.
On the issue of political parties and their problems, you see, the issue is that we have all refused. Most of us don't obey the rules. And this one I said is one of, you have something in the constitution by rules that the power will come here, will come there, go there. I, Danwanya, will sit here. As I'm talking to you now, I believe that the South still has another 4 years. If I say it now, they start supporting Tinubu. Who told you that I will not run? I sort of know they hungry me.
But quickly.
But let me tell you, any effort to truncate it, we will say no. You have done 8 years. When you have done 8 years, let South do 8 years.
Either it's Tinubu or no any other person.
South is South. If there is not that South and it's Tinubu, will I go and...
It can be Peter Obi.
It can be Peter Obi, it can be myself. But let it be South.
It can be Rotimi Amechi.
No, it can be Rotimi Amechi. Another good guy.
Good, let me ask you quickly. We are due for another break. This Nnamdi Kanu matter, the judgment and the reaction that we have seen afterwards. You are one that is speaking about that matter. How do you think it can be dealt with? Do we allow it to go to appeal and it has its legal costs normally?
You see, President Tinubu did not cause the problem of the Nnamdi Kanu, but he inherited it. I have told you many times. And I remember the last time I told you that I won't be persuaded with whatever court decided on the matter. I told you, whether left or right. That's still my position. I still believe Nnamdi Kanu did not do anything. Nnamdi Kanu, whether you like it or not, is being persecuted due to the ancient hatred most Nigerians and those in power have against the Igbo people.
Maybe you are one of the
Let me finish.
Just remember, maybe you are one of the people that Oju's Okale says is emotional about this matter. Because he said there are people who have died based on Nnamdi Kanu's stance on the IPOP agitation and some of the orders that were being given.
And I have also told you, there are businessmen in Igbo land, there are politicians in Igbo land that will not want Nnamdi Kanu out as alive. because their political journey will be put to a full stop.
What about the Igbo people that died? The police officers that died, security agencies that died?
Was it in Kano that shot them? You see, I saw sponsored demonstration supporting the imprisonment of Nnamdi Kanu. I laughed. In Igbo land, there are things we don't do. There are things we don't do. Everything happening in Igbo land today was imported.
Give me a moment. We are due for another break. But when we come back, we'll conclude on this. OUK, Ojus or Kalu,
yes.
Some of those contributions. He was on the program and he said categorically that there is a way to handle this matter.
Yeah, the way to handle it is for Mr. President to intervene politically. You can see what has happened. Nnamdi Kanu said, show me, without supporting the men and the behavior in court. But he asked a simple question. Show me the law. You are trying me. Let me know the law.
Or is that the way you ask a judge?
No.
As a lawyer?
He's not a lawyer. He's not a lawyer. So the judge should understand. He should say, okay, the law I'm trying you is so, or criminal code, so. You did not say so on your past judgment. It is a requirement in criminal law that you cannot try somebody on a law not written or not known.
But is it the place of the judge to be quoting the law?
No. He's not a lawyer.
Is it not the parties to the matter that are supposed to?
He's not a lawyer. Even his address was not accepted. As if there was a script. He's not a lawyer.
Who sacked his lawyers?
He has the right to defend himself. Don't ask me that shit.
No, but he
has the right.
Those are the facts of the matter.
No, he has the right to defend himself. You have every reason to.
Are you brushing away those who were killed? Those who are still.
I asked you the question: were they killed? But Nnamdi Kanu was not here.
Who ordered?
For you to charge somebody or murder or something.
Have you seen some of the broadcasts? Have you seen some of the broadcasts? How Nigeria is being referred to as a jungle. The court stated all of this.
Is that worse than people who have killed here, maimed thousands of people, and you are doing a Shebi witness for peace talks, and they will come armed to the teeth? Which one is heavier? I'm asking you. People who have killed, maimed, cleared the whole village, and yet they will come for peace talk, armed to the teeth, and government functionaries will be there drinking tea, laughing. Which one is heavier? Is it what I said by word of mouth that is heavier than what?
But how do we douse all of this tension? Either in the southeast?
No, but the tension, you can see the southeast is not real. People thought they would go on the street for them to be killed. They are wise. It doesn't mean they have accepted it. I told you the last time that Igbos has a code. You were asking me for the code. You did. You remember? Mm-hmm. Good.
What's the code?
Was there a meeting that nobody should do anything? They are wise. But they are not sleeping.
Governor Oti was in the State House.
Yes.
All of them say they are speaking politically. How fast? What do you think is the right step for the president?
Is it the last time I told you two governors I knew that have done one thing or the other? That's Hope Uzodimma and Oti. Governor Oti. Governor Oti also immediately he has gone there. All that will go. But the point I'm saying is that this cannot be resolved. There are.
You listen to this. This is a general, a former general there, because of when somebody is too good for this work, everywhere you find yourself, every office, government office you find yourself, when you are too good to the truth and you want to do the right thing to make sure the right thing is being done, and then you see people will come after you. This is my problem. Do you understand? Because everybody, if we have group of 5 gathered, only you try to be a saint. And you being a saint, you are going to spoil jobs for 4 of them, 4 others. And those 5, majority carries the vote. They are going to come after you. They will look for your downfall. They plan your evil, assassination, all those things. Is what this man is facing. But if we have 4 of those groups, 5 of them, we have 4 who are truthful, who want the right thing be done, who believes in fairness, equity, justice, and everything. Majority also carry the vote. 4 of them will be against one who have evil plan against the system. That one person will be smoked out of the system so that the right thing can be done, so that the country or your organizations can have peace. But in Nigeria, it is not like that. We don't do anything with informations. When vital information has been passed, we don't do nothing with it because it doesn't matter. Do you understand? People don't take it seriously. So this was the video of this man. When after everything, the problem, what happened to him, or try to fight for justice, or try to do everything to make sure they get these people arrested and make sure this never happens again. But because of people were behind these issues who are powerful in the system, so instead of doing the right thing, they decided to punish this one, try to do the right thing. Right? They suffer him, get him arrested, strip him off, give him all the punishment he deserved. And what was that? Is never to do this again, never to go after these people again, never to reveal this information again. Do you understand? So this is a general. If you are looking for a solutions to the problem, is it not? These are the information. He passed out then, but nobody do anything. He just came to explain what happened to him, why he was arrested. You could remember, even this Boko Haram now, he says one of the sponsors, he doesn't mention it, but you know the person he's talking to. According to the list now that they just released, few of them. One, former Attorney General Malami is the one. He has been accused many times, and is a former Attorney General, the right hand of Buhari. Then is the one, and the other one, Abubakar, former CBN governor, Emefiele, also been accused. Emefiele. Then there's another one. Then another army chairman, another army general, a General Buratai, took up Buratai, retired now. Another one, General Ali Kefi. You see? So these are the problem. You see, these people now, they are too powerful in the system. They are too powerful in the system. Imagine Attorney General, former Attorney General Malami. Imagine Buratai, took up Buratai, a retired general, chief of defense staff. Imagine Oga Patapata of them, where the money they pass, former CBN. Imagine, right? So former CBN. Anyways, let me just leave that one story, because what I wanted to say now, it look like, no, let me just leave that. You see, we have a problem in this country. You listen to what Dan said. These are the problem we are having, and this video of this man general has been published before this issue. Now, what did the DSS, even DSS and the CDS, what did they do with it? But every time we keep hearing there is no this, there is no information, there is no this, there is no that, there is no technology. All these are not technology job. You don't need technology to do this. Now, all you say, do you need technology to get Nnamdi Kanu arrested? What technology did you use? Somebody said, or you listen to what Nnamdi Kanu said through his broadcast. He said he never did any of those things by himself, and no evidence of him carrying out those acts. You can only say he said that it was not good. The language, some of the languages he used there, or incite violence. That's the only thing you can say. But these people, even if you did not hear from their mouth, definitely somebody who is guilty of something, he's not going to tell the system what he's going to do or what he's doing, knowing fully well that this thing is, the country is against it, the law does not permit it, and is illegal. He's not going to tell the country or tell the system what he's doing, so that the system can give him all the financial support or all the protections and everything, or to cover him up. No, especially in these high profile persons. It is somebody underground who will do investigation, who will see what is going on and reveal it to the system. That's why we now have security agencies. When information like this are being passed, you need to verify the authenticity of those information, or the person passing now or dishing out those information. It's not less for you as a security officers, agencies, to make use of those information. Call this person for further information. Now, because this 30 minutes interview is not enough to say something. Before you wanted to say something, say time up. They could call for another day. Do you understand? Then what do? You call this person, find out everything, get more information from those people. He called their names. If now he cannot call names here, but you know indirectly who he was referring to, as by the name now that I've just called to you, that they released allegedly. Former Attorney General Malami, former CDS Buratai, the other one, retired General again, Kefi, Ali Kefi, all of them. These are just few, not all. These are just few. Then what do? This kind of person, you go off the camera, go meet him one-on-one as a security expert. Go meet him one-on-one. Information you pass them. What do? Those people, their names has been mentioned. You call them for interrogation. This is the evidence. This is the evidence. Can you prove it? If they can't prove it, get them arrested. Then start from there. But now, these people are still roaming around the street everywhere. They are organs. You can't do them nothing again. You can't do these people nothing. You are expecting this problem to solve. How? The God cannot solve the problem for you. The level of your relationship with God cannot solve this problem for you. This is a problem. This is a man-made problems. Human beings have to solve it. You know the solutions to your problem. You don't want to solve it, and you want the problem solved by itself. It's just like you are sick. You go to the hospital. Then doctor now, after a lot of examinations, they diagnose you of something. that the doctor wants to give you, the doctor give you the prescriptions, medications you want to use. You say no, you don't want, you are not going to take anything. Then you are going back home. Then you want that sickness to go by itself. And if you die with the sickness, you say because some of the doctors are not good. Meanwhile, they told you the problems, but you refuse to treat it. How? It doesn't work. It's the same thing. Like, they don't tell you this is it. What do? Go after them, arrest them. That's why I believe trust internationals, right? They don't joke with security. They don't joke, and especially Scotland or the Scottish, they are very good in everything. Intelligence. They do intelligence report for you, investigation for you, right? In our own, we don't do nothing with information. We don't do nothing, especially when these people are highly praised. They are highly praised individual. You are expecting the problem. No, I'll say that these people in the bushes, wherever they are not the problem. We've seen helicopters many times giving these people food, aims. They are giving them, aiming them. People aiming them, giving them food, whatever in the bush. Yet we have Minister of Aviation who cannot tell us who at this private jet coming into Nigeria. So you don't tell me you don't know. What are you saying? You don't tell me. We see bush private jet, helicopters in the bush doing what? Then the system does not know the jet that enters our country. It enters, it goes, it give these people food and everything. So are these people surviving in the bush? Somebody, you say you are looking for information, you need technology. Is it where drone, you buy drone now reveal the location to you. When those people you arrested tell you their sponsors, what do you do again? I said it. You cannot, there's no way you can arrest these hundreds of these people in the bush, even if you buy the whole technology in the world. I don't think so. It will take time. And if you recruit one batch now, the financiers that knows that some of these people have been arrested, the business don't shut, their workers don't shut. They will recruit more people. They arrest people from this state, then they recruit people from another state. That's what it be. But if you arrest these people, the sponsors, automatically those people in the bush, you are also arresting them. Why? When you arrest the sponsors, there are no more sponsors to feed them with information, to feed them with foods, weapons, and everything. Those people will be stranded in the bush. When they become stranded in the bush, some of them will surrender on their own because they can't take it again. Do you understand? Because some of them they are not happy. Some of them are ready to leave if they see reasons to leave. But if you now arrest these people, they hear say their oga have been arrested. Who are you to say your master have been arrested? You now say now you be the next target. Now you surrender before they come after you. Some of them will repent. You already break the wings of the financiers or the sponsors. Those people are just nothing. For me, they are nothing. What the materials where they don't give them, supply for them, don't finish for inside bush, they can't operate again now. They can't operate again. Anyways, what do you think? Please share this video and follow for more.